Stop right there. Yes, you. Stop your scroll and listen. I'm going to tell you something that will change your perspective on affirmations forever. And I promise you, I won't waste your time. You've been told to just think positive, but it made you feel worse. You've tried to wish away your anxiety, but the feeling only came back stronger. For years, the gurus have sold us on this idea of mind over matter. But let's be honest. Is it all just a scam? Is it a fraud? That's the question we're answering today. And what we're going to reveal might surprise you, because the affirmations aren't the scam. The way they've been sold to us is, and by the end of this video, you'll have a simple, science-backed tool that actually works. To understand why affirmations fail, we have to understand the science of your brain. The secret is a concept called neuroplasticity. Our old negative thought patterns are deep, well-worn trails in our brain. When you try to force a brand new thought, an affirmation, your brain's old paths resist. It feels like a lie because your brain is wired to believe the old story. This is why the typical affirmation can be counterproductive. For someone with low self-esteem, that statement creates a conflict in their brain. A 2009 study found that people with low self-esteem who repeated positive affirmations felt worse, not better. Their skepticism wasn't the problem, the method was. The good news is, affirmations aren't useless. They're just a tool to build a new, stronger pathway. But like any tool, you have to use it correctly. The first step is to stop pretending and start building. Here's the truth most people missed. Affirmations don't fail because they're wrong. They fail because they're incomplete. Saying I am enough doesn't erase years of being told you're not. It doesn't undo trauma, silence doubt, or suddenly rewire decades of negative programming. But that doesn't mean you're stuck. The problem isn't the words. It's the gap between the words and what your brain actually believes. If you say something you don't feel is true, your nervous system rejects it. You feel the dissonance. You feel like a fraud. But what if affirmations weren't about pretending? What if they were about retraining, not replacing your inner voice? What if the goal wasn't to instantly believe something magical, but to gradually become someone who could believe it? That's the mindset shift. That's the breakthrough. Because change doesn't begin with perfect beliefs. It begins with believable, repeatable, intentional truths. Truths that align with your experience and stretch you towards something better. But here's the next big question. What does something better actually look like? Because it's not about becoming someone you're not. It's about remembering the version of you that's been buried under years of noise, pressure, and programming. What if the real power of affirmations isn't to invent a new you, but to return to the truth of who you already are? Most people think change means becoming someone different. But what if change is just clarity? What if it's about stripping away the false beliefs so you can finally see yourself clearly again? And that leads to the deeper truth. Affirmations don't need to be perfect. They just need to be honest. So ask yourself, what's one belief about yourself that feels almost true, but not quite yet? That's your starting point. And here's the real secret. You don't need to believe the whole thing to begin. You just need to believe the first step. But here's another question worth asking. Why does believing just the first step matter so much? It turns out psychology has a name for this. It's called the foot in the door effect. In multiple studies, researchers found that when people agree to a small request, they're more likely to say yes to a bigger, related request later on. This isn't magic, it's a shift in how someone sees themselves, which sets a new trajectory of action and identity. This was first demonstrated by Friedman and Fraser in 1966, when researchers asked people to place a small sticker in their window, and later those same people were far more likely to install a large sign in their yard. Why? Because their self-image shifted from outsider to participant. So what does this have to do with affirmations? Everything. Because when you say something small that you do believe, like, I'm learning to trust myself again, you're putting that first sticker in your mental window. You're saying to your brain, this matters. And the next time, your brain is more willing to agree. Not because you forced it, but because it saw evidence. And that brings us to another concept, self-signaling. Your brain doesn't just react to what you say, it watches what you do. So when you act in alignment with your micro-affirmation, your brain says, maybe we really are this kind of person. This is backed by a 2014 Stanford study that showed how people internalize identity through their own small actions. Not from grand achievements, but from repeating consistent signals to themselves. So here's the next challenge. What signal will you send today? What is one action that proves even a sliver of your affirmation is true? Because affirmations without action are like seeds on dry soil. They sit, they wait. But when you water them with behavior, even the tiniest behavior, growth begins. This is why behavioral scientists like B.J. Fogg say, emotions create habits, not repetition alone. It's not just what you say, it's how you feel when you act. That's how transformation sticks. And it's not about perfection. It's about proving gently, honestly, that a new path is possible. So now the question isn't, can I say it enough times to believe it? It's, what can I do today to become someone who naturally believes this? So here's a skeptic's guide to making affirmations work. This is the framework that truly creates change. Rule number 1, be believable. Your affirmation must be something your brain can accept as true right now, even if it's a tiny step. This is honest and it starts building the new trail. Rule number 2, pair it with action. Affirmations are not a replacement for work. They are a motivator for it. The action proves your affirmation to be true, strengthening that new neural pathway. Rule number 3, focus on progress, not perfection. With every truthful affirmation and every small action, you are building a better you. This is the difference between pretending to be better and actually building a better you. Thank you for your skepticism. It has led you to the truth. If you found this video valuable, hit the like button so we can share this truth with more people. And if you're ready to start building those new mental pathways, check out our playlist of simple guided meditations designed for people like you.